So yeah, that was about like 5 minutes of just wasted beef footage. I need more coffee. You know, I made this coffee a little too sweet, but at least my mug says, "You are my favorite." That goes for you too, future Lewis. Hi, Lewis. If you're watching this, it's probably about 5 years into the future and you haven't watched this video since you've made it. I'm 23 right now, and if you're watching this, you are probably 28. Or if you're not me and you are some weirdo on the internet who randomly clicked on this video, hi, this is a message for me 5 years into the future. You're more than welcome to stay, but I understand if you leave. So this video is mostly just going to be me talking to the camera, to my 5-year-old self, who I am envisioning in my head as some sort of Chad with a chiseled chest. You're 23 right now at the time of making this video. You are still working a full-time job at the bank. I just came back from a week vacation in Washington. You know who you were visiting. And you just learned a couple things about yourself, but you just came back feeling refreshed as ever. It's about a week after you just landed, so actually it is a day to the day where you just landed. So yeah, happy 1 week. You know, mom and dad are still around. You're still living in the house that you originally grew up in, where you were born at, I should say. That's pretty much it. There's really not much to tell. You are feeling quite a bit of regret not starting this sooner. I guess it's about time where I ask my future self some questions, and my future self is going to answer. I guess to start off with, do you have anyone significant in your life? Did you ever find someone that you were able to spend the rest of your life with? Or are you in a committed relationship? Are you alone? How are mom and dad? Dad is getting a little bit better. About a month ago, you learned about some health issues. I hope they're still alive. I hope they're still kicking. How are you? You know, are you healthy? Are you finally in a healthy state of mind? Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with where your life went? Are you happy where it has ended up so far? You know, did you end up where you wanted to be? And if not, why not? You know, I would love to know. Or at least 23-year-old me would love to know. And speaking of that question, what is something that you would be able to tell me if you were able to time travel, theoretically? If you were able to time travel, what message from the future would you give to me? I'm just sort of going off of my head here because I have no script. So I sincerely hope that I can pull a video like this together, because honestly, this is a new format and I am not necessarily all that comfortable, believe it or not. Talking to the camera in itself is still pretty weird to me, even though I've been streaming for 3-4 years now. But at the end of the day, I always know that someone is on the other side on stream chat, and you know, if I ask a question, they're most likely going to answer. You know, just talking to the camera and not being able to read anything is sort of messing with me a little bit. Shoot, there were so many more questions that I wanted to ask. So I guess one of my other questions is, are you still working a full-time job, or have you already transformed content creation into your new full-time job? And if so, do you enjoy it? Is there anything that you would change within the 5-year gap from this video? Is there anything different that you would change? Is there any sort of processes that you would change? And if you have realized those changes that needed to be made, have you made them already? Or did you wait a little bit too long? Are there any failures in the past 5 years that you would love to make up for? In 5 years, do you still have the same friend group? Do you have much larger friend group? Also, how is it seeing you 5 years ago? You know, I wonder if we hit our peak, you know, because this shit is not peak. I tell you that much. This shit is not peak. I may have already repeated some of my questions, but I really don't know what to ask. With that being said, you. I'll see you in 5 years.